Hello, this is Blanca with Furniture with Imagination, and I'm very happy to be showing you today how to convert any piece in almost no time, with no primer, no top coat, just with application of miracle paint into something like you really enjoy and want around your house. And I chose this little bench, which we're gonna make into a little farmhouse bench. Um, for you to see exactly how simple and easy any of these projects are, okay? So please tag 3 friends because today we're gonna give away one step paint and ask me any questions you want. Also tell me from where you're watching, okay? So let's have fun today and let's get started. Okay, so we are ready to paint with Miracle Paint and I give it a good stir. Gotta make sure that you do that, and we're gonna be using the color Linen. I use this for another project and I really love the color. So we're gonna start here. I added these wood appliques here and they're still drying, so I'm gonna paint that last, but we're gonna start painting this first part. I'm just gonna open here and we're gonna get going with our Miracle Paint. So it is really easy, the application, and I think 2 coats is going to be what I'm going to be doing. But there's nothing complicated with the application of the paint. So I'm just going to speed up here. We're going to be doing 2 coats, and I'm already loving the color that this piece is going to have.
Okay, so there are a couple of things that I wanted to point out about this project. Number one, I didn't tell you this, but the first step that I did was actually I cleaned my entire part that I was going to paint with Miracle Paint with Clean Slate. Okay, just to make sure any wax, anything got removed out of it. This is some sort of like chalk paint, so it was covered with wax. So I wanted to make sure all of that was taken care of. I also sanded the feet and the top part because I am going to leave it raw wood. Okay, so not because of any other reason or because I have to do it with this project, but because I wanted to paint with raw wood. So now with the Miracle Paint, as you see, it is very awesome coverage. It's basically almost done. I'm gonna be doing only 2 coats, and the coverage is fantastic. So this is the part that I really like the most. The paint is really unbelievable coverage and it's very strong. And once it dries, you're gonna see it really doesn't need any top coat. You also don't do anything else like wax or any other top coat, and the sheen is absolutely great. It looks almost like pearl effect, something like that. It is really nice. And then I actually put a couple of appliques in there, and I'm gonna be painting that part last, just to make sure they're fully dry, just to make it a little bit of character and make it look even nicer. Okay, so we're done with this coat and we're gonna be waiting for the next one for about half an hour.
Okay, so this is what we got. I really like the color, and later on I'm going to show you how nice the details look. But here's what we did. We painted here and here this part. I love the color. It's like absolutely gorgeous. It has a little like pearl finish, so it catches the light a little bit, that I love. So the next part that we're going to be doing is I want to take the little red brown edge off of the top and the feet as well. So in order to do that, I am using the same paint, but I'm watering this paint and it's going to be, I just put a teaspoon of paint and like about 1/4 cup of water, and I'm going to use it as a stain. I'm just going to wipe this off. And then I'm gonna apply it with my cheap brush, and then I'm gonna wipe it off with the towel. Okay, so that's the next step, because I want to match this paint with the top a little bit better. I like this color, but I like it a little bit lighter. Okay, so let's do that. I'm gonna do a close-up, and then we're ready to do that step.
Okay, so as I explained to you, I am doing kind of like a stain on top just to take off the little reddish brownish edge of this raw wood. So what I do in order to do that is I actually mix like a teaspoon of paint with like a quarter cup of water. So it's like a watery consistency, and I just apply it throughout the top, make sure I don't miss any spots. And then the raw wood is going to absorb this kind of like paint stain, and I'm going to be wiping it off with a paper towel. And you can do 2 coats if you like, if you want to make it a little bit lighter, but I think I'm going to be doing only 1 coat of this mix. So once it's fully applied, making sure really absorbed, then I take my paper towel and you're gonna just wipe it off. Very simple. Make sure that you actually change your paper towel so it doesn't get saturated fully with paint, but it's nothing complicated. There you go. And I love this paint because the tone, it's fantastic. I really love, this is my favorite color now on Amy Howard's paint. It's actually a linen. There you go. And we're gonna let it dry for about an hour before we actually protect it with a top coat. Okay, so it's time for our last step, which is applying matte sealer to the top part of the piece. Like, remember, we're not gonna apply it on the part that we put Miracle Paint. That part does not, I repeat, does not need a top coat, not even wax, nothing. It's actually, the sheen is fantastic. But for this part, we want to protect the raw wood after the stain process we did. And if you see the color, I really love it because it gave it like a little whitish color and killed that reddish tone that it had. So it's gonna match much better with the color that we put on the rest of the piece. So I'm applying it with a little sponge, and I just making sure that I don't put too much in excess, and I cover every single place. Most likely I'm gonna be doing 3 coats, and this is going to be, basically we have to dry and wait that it dries. And sometimes, because this is a water-based sealer, it's gonna lift the wood grain, so you can sand with 220 between coats. I think just the first time that we put the first coat, and then do the next application. I'm gonna be doing 3 just to make sure it's fully protected, but it's going to be so soft to the touch. It's going to be like a butter, unbelievable. So there you go. We're gonna wait between coats to dry about half an hour. Just have to make sure it's fully dry, and that's all. Okay, so that's our final reveal, and there you go. It was a very simple project. You can do this in a few hours, literally. Love the paint. Literally, you just apply it. You don't have to sand. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to put a top coat, and it's very durable paint. It's fantastic. The sheen is really nice. And then the top came out really awesome. I love the tone, and it really feels soft to the touch, revealing the good grain. It was a really fun project to do, and I think I'm going to be able to use this little chest like as a coffee table. I love it. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to tag 3 friends and share it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.